Hi guys, welcome to my live stream. I'm going to be working on a work in progress in my sketchbook. I'm inking my newest drawing. I made a collage of different characters. I'm trying to do a celebration birthday art, so I drew some of my favorites on this page. I'm inking this right now, the pencil is done, and then I'll be coloring it with alcohol markers afterward. And you can join me, ask questions, hang out while I work on this, and I can flip through some of my other pages and show you some of my other artwork if you'd like. So right now I'm working on inking Kyo from Fruits Basket. I'm starting out with my Copic multi-liner pen as lavender. And I start out with the lines, thin lines on here, and then I will go back over it and add some varying line weight, thicken certain areas, create some emphasis. Like I did over here with the other character, I get the thin lines and then some of the border and areas where I want to make it have more weight and stand out, and I'll thicken certain areas. So that's what I'm starting on right over here. Let me know if you're a subscriber or if you're new to my channel. You know where you're from. And feel free to leave questions in comments, and I will check over and read them. A little bit closer. I'm really eager to get started on the color for this. I can already kind of picture what I want to do with it. The inking stage for me is pretty relaxing because I've already figured out my layout and the character designs and everything. I have some indications on where I want the shading, the highlights, and shadow to be. Just doing this really carefully. I'm going to use the purple over here, and then I will probably go back to using my sepia brown when I outline these two characters over here. So just varying a little bit, kind of like I did my other page here when I did the line art. This is another one that I had colored for celebrating 20K on TikTok, but I had done purple outline here and brown, and I like the softer look that it comes out. See the brown line art here. I had pink and purple for Anya. I like to do that on my first page here too. I had used pink line art over here. And since this was all pastel, it's a softer look on this page. So we'll see. I don't think I'll use pink on the new one, but I think the purple and brown will be pretty good. Let me go back to here. Let me know if you guys want me to flip through the other pages on my sketchbook. I have this one that I can show, and I also have this other sketchbook that I completed recently. So I have other examples, a whole bunch of drawings in here. I'll be happy to show some of those pages and talk about that if you want. Switch back and forth with inking this. It's a bit slow doing the progress on the inking. You know, the coloring is a little bit more exciting. But with the colors, there's also a lot of concentration and to think about blending and the highlights and shadow placement and getting the colors right. So with inking, it's a lot easier to talk and not get distracted on what I'm doing. So I like being able to do a live stream while I'm inking an artwork. Some of the thinner lines up the top, and I'll go back and vary that afterward. There. That's getting a little thicker than I wanted it to. Have you guys seen the new Fruits Basket reboot? I'd seen the old series, some of the old series, but I really liked the reboot that came out just a few years ago. The animation's really nice. You recognize any of the other characters on here? This is a Himmel from Free Ren, and I have Ryoga from Ranma 1/2, and one of my other favorites, I have Sanji from One Piece. And here's Kyo from Fruits Basket. Got Dazai from Bungo Stray Dogs, and Tsukasa from Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. That's one of my favorites. I really love this manga. I love this anime. As you can see, I collect the manga, read the manga. I have a whole bunch of them up top here too. I really love the art style. I've drawn a lot of Hanako fan art, so if you guys want to see some of those other ones, I can flip through to some other pages. The only other Hanako one I have in here, I had drawn Hanako on this page. This one's colored, so I had to put him here. There always has to be some Hanako in the collage drawing this. So just representing some of my favorites, some anime I like, characters I haven't drawn recently. Just working on the hair over here. And then I'll work on the face. I just really take my time and be really careful on the face. Do not want to mess that part up. A little bit more wiggle room when I'm doing the hair if I'm a little bit off. Doing some quick strokes here. Pulling the lines toward myself. Rotate the paper when I need to. Hi, welcome. Feel free to leave questions, comments in the chat. Let me know if you're a subscriber or if you're new and found my channel. Today's the first day I'm doing live streams on YouTube. I used to do quite a bit of them over on my TikTok, but I wanted to try doing them on YouTube today, so it'd be nice to get some people in here to chat with. Some more of the lines up here. And I missed some on the sleeve. Okay, got this part. And now I can start working on his, oh, I missed the part with his hair. And I can start working on his face. Be careful, just rotating my paper. Get his other ear over here. And the neck. There we go. And now for his face. I can move this a little bit closer. Angle down and see if that's clear. Hi, Keisha. Welcome. Oh, I'm glad you could make it into the live. Who's the character on the left? This character right here. So I got Tsukasa from Toilet Bound Hanako-kun, and then Dazai from Bungo Stray Dogs, doing a silly pose to be funny, because he's always doing bizarre poses. I like the funny things he does in the anime especially, but the manga he does a lot of silly things too. And then if you know Kyo from Fruits Basket. So I just gotta get this close enough and not knock my camera over so I can see his face. Just ink this part really carefully. This is the one part and do not want to mess up on the inking. The faces, I'm like, oh, anxiety. A very steady hand. Oh, from Fruits Basket. Yeah. And the other one next to him on the right. What are you talking about right here? That's Ryoga from Ranma 1/2. And you should recognize Sanji from One Piece. And then I have Himmel from Frieren. So I just did a whole mix of characters I like. Not necessarily husbando characters, just characters I liked that hadn't drawn recently. I think I did Tsukasa, a small one of him in the background of my drawing, my birthday drawing last year. I took that out earlier. So I made that one really detailed. If you remember my Hanako drawing for my birthday last year. So he's in the background. He's the crazy character. So see the background, the bleed through. I stopped using these bigger sheets. And I'm mostly in the smaller sketchbook, but then I did the spreads. I thought it looked Rama style. Yeah, he's my favorite character in Rama 1/2. My favorite in the old version and the new version, Ryoga. He's got a big problem with directions and he gets lost all the time, kind of like Zoro in One Piece. So I find that relatable because I get lost easily too. Yeah, I can't wait to do markers on this. But I had to include at least one Hanako character on the side there. I love this series. So yeah, back to his face. I was almost tempted just to do another Hanako art because I hadn't done one recently. I'll go back to it again. I keep sticking Hanako characters into collages. But I want to do another just Hanako fan art. I got the newest manga volume a little while ago and I still didn't finish reading it. It's sitting by my bed and I started it. I can't believe I didn't finish reading it. Shame on me. Oh, hey, hi! Oh, it's nice to see my mutuals in here. Those cats in the pixels look great. Oh, Yeah, it rotates through. Those are the ones that I had put on the app. I change them all the time, and a lot of times I'll pick animations that match with whatever I'm working on for my art. So that's what I had in there before. There's some Ranma ones in there, like Peachon, that's from Ranma, so I kept that one. And there's a few others. If I press the button, I can cycle through and pick some of the other animations. I love having that running while I work. It's enjoyable to look at. I kind of want to get the other Divoom animation, the one that has the 5 little screens on it, because there's higher pixels, so you can have more complex artwork running on it. I really like the 5 screen one. Although since my birthday's coming up, hint, hint, maybe. I've never heard your voice before. It's so cute. Oh my God. No, I sound like a child. I hate the sound of my voice. I swear to God, I'm not a child. I just sound like one. I need you to do like a voice acting anime rom-com, please. You give me lines. I can try to record something. What? I would be like the annoying little kid character or something. How old do I sound? Do I sound like a kid? Even on the phone, I sound weird. I don't know. Nope, I don't think so. Nope, but you don't think I sound like a kid? Oh, good. Thank goodness. I never know. But with my voice and everything else, people are always mistaking me for being a lot younger. It's kind of funny. Okay, now I have to do its eyes. It's like I'm doing this whole big spoiler revealing this birthday artwork, and all our mutuals are missing out. That's because I haven't done a live on Instagram. I don't know if I should. I'm nervous about doing it on Instagram. I've never done one on Instagram. It's nice to watch your inking process. This is my distracted inking. I gotta get off, move this over. I keep getting out. If I'm off the camera, let me know. My camera's kind of off to the side, and I'm trying not to hit it. Like what Keisha was talking about in her video, where the camera's like always in your way and you have to move it. I'm constantly moving it out of my way when I'm working. But right now, it's like up on the stand here. Watch me knock it over or something stupid like that. But yeah, I was saying about my inking process earlier, but I think that was before you guys showed up. I'll start out with thinner outlines for the most part, a thinner pen, and then I go back and I thicken different areas for line weight to make it more interesting. Like you hear with Ryoga, like I'll add more weight on the shoulder here or the edges, make this stand out. Like here in where the points meet, so certain areas, and then especially around the outer edge, so it pops the character out from the background more. So just same thing here with Himmel, like with the corners, that's where I'll add more line weight there. And I'll probably go back and do that a little bit more. And then after I color it, I sometimes fix it up a little bit too, like darker inside the points. So you see the difference like with here where I don't have much variation. And then here, you see the line weight change a bit. Yes, Miss Spoiler. Well, you were going to see it anyway. That's okay. Same, but I think we should do live there too. Have you done a live, Keisha? Have you done a live on Instagram before? Can we do like a group live stream? I thought that Instagram lets you do groups of like several people. You have a window there in the room or just lights? The quality of your videos always looks the same, so it's really... Oh, thank you. I do have a window, but it's actually evening here right now, so the light is like off to the side, but there's no light coming from there. I have two lamps on my desk, so I don't know if I can show you a little bit. I can rotate this. This is gonna blind you. So I have one lamp over here. You see my markers and everything. Oh, my figurines. Yay, my desk. My whole desk set up. See? I've got my Gojo up there and my figurines and books and all this stuff. And then off to the other side, I have another light. So I light it from both sides. That way I don't cast any harsh shadows. That's one thing when people ask me for advice on filming their videos, the first thing that I usually notice that people can correct just to improve the quality so much, the lighting. You need to have bright light on here, and if you're casting a shadow over everything you're doing, people can't see it, then they'll scroll away. So if you do a light from each side, and I'm always adjusting it, I waste a lot of time adjusting my lights to make sure that I'm not, even now there's a little bit of shadow, but you don't want to cover up what you're working on when you're filming. So, oh my God, we should, but I'd be so nervous. I know. Yes, Silas, Keisha. Yes, actually, okay, I'll take this out. I'm gonna pull this down over here. This is all gonna fall, but I want to show this to you. My mama just fell. I have way too much clutter up here, seriously. Okay, so I got this when I went to San Francisco in Japantown. Look at this. I couldn't resist. So there's sparkly glitter in here. This keychain. Look how awesome it is. And the picture on the back. So I don't even play this game. It's ridiculous. I knew if I ever played this game, I would never draw again because I'd be addicted and then my phone storage would be gone. But he's my favorite character in Love and Deep Space. I actually drew him in my other sketchbook and I never finished that page. I could show you guys. Since you're here, you get to have a special spoiler. I'm meaning to go back to it. I'll show you. I drew him in this other sketchbook right here. And I really need to go back and finish this one. This is one of the only pages in this sketchbook that I didn't finish. So you see here was this other page. And this was here. So this is a long time. That was my solo leveling one. This is a long time ago. So yeah, I got to color this. It might bleed through. That was one of the things holding me back. I could probably do alcohol markers like on his face and then maybe paint markers on part of it. We'll see. I'll go back to it. Yeah, I haven't shown that drawing anywhere. I have unfinished drawings all over the place. Thanks. I think I need to do the same and just use two lamps instead of the light from the window. Hello, finish it. Thank you. I will. I'll get to it. I just keep starting new ones. So, but yeah, Sparkly Silas. I like his voice. Like, he's got a much nicer voice than mine. I can put him right here. There we go. Oh, he's off the camera. You can't see it. He'll sit right there, right next to Free Run. And I got Sanji in the background. Light. I mean, window light is good. That is ideal. If you have enough light from your window and it's not casting a bad shadow, that's fine. But unfortunately, this room that I work in, my office space where the window is, it doesn't get direct sun through there. The light, the way my house is situated, the morning sun and everything, it barely gets light through that window and it's just not that bright. And I had my desk in front of the window for a little while, but it's also like the front of my house, and I felt like really creeped out sitting right in front of the window where people would come up and like deliver packages or people knocking on the door, and I'm sitting right there and you can see a shadow of me because of all my bright lights. Like, it's just creepy. I didn't like it, so I moved it and I redid my whole desk. I have actually two desk setups. They're both small because of the weird shape of my room. So I have all this over here, and then I have another tiny desk directly behind me, and that's where I have all my markers. So I stupidly keep going back and forth depending on what stage of the artwork I'm in. I've got to figure out a better way to solve this problem, and then I use my markers over there, or sometimes I just take them all out, and then I just dump those markers on my desk that I'm working with. And then I have a big mess to clean up when I'm done, and I don't like that part. I like how you organized your desk. Thank you. I spent a lot of time, because this is actually, this stand here is a separate piece. It's not part of this desk. This was just a plain table, a small little table I found, and I had no extra storage space, and I wanted to put all my supplies out, and I kept knocking them over. So I'm going to move this desk against the wall, and then I found this little storage hutch on Amazon, and I was able to put like my other sketchbooks and my figures and my Prismacolor and some figures, and then this off to the side. So yeah. So now it's comfy sitting over here. You see my Dazai up there? I like this little guy. I got him in Japantown in San Francisco also. I got a lot of stuff there. And this Gigi was a gift from my brother. The snail is also from One Piece, is also from my brother. This was also from my brother. I'm just so jealous. He went to Japan for a trip, and he brought me back all these cute little souvenirs. This I got from one of those little gacha, the machines where you put in the coins and turn the handle. I can't remember what it's called at the moment. But I had got this fern there. The little capsule toys. Let me put this back. Go back to this. All right. I need to focus. I can spend forever talking about all the junk on my desk. But instead of doing a sketchbook tour, I could do a messy desk tour. Which I still didn't actually do a proper sketchbook tour. I kind of wanted to do a longer format video. I just don't really know how to do them. I'm nervous that I'm not going to follow the rules with the sound or something, and that my video will get me in trouble. I don't know what I'm doing. The shorts is just easy because I can just repurpose the same video for Instagram and TikTok and YouTube and just put the same videos up. So if anyone has any advice on long format YouTube videos, I could make a sketchbook tour video. And just flip through all the pages that I've done in this sketchbook and my old sketchbook right here. And not even just that, I have all my old ones too. All like the big size drawings that I have. I have a whole folder full of these. These are older ones, like from my first few years when I was doing TikTok. So some of them aren't as good anymore. I don't know if I'd show all of them. I mean, it's okay if I'm showing progress. Some people like to see growth, but the last thing I want is to show a bunch of older stuff. Be like, oh my God, the proportions are bad. It's like, yeah, well, it's old. I could send you a video as an example later on. Have you done some long format ones, Keisha? That would be helpful. I have questions on how to do the audio especially. It's like I've seen people, they put like a link in the description to the audio they used, and you can pick like the free audios. Because you're not allowed to use regular audios in the video, right? It has to be like the free stuff. I'm not sure how that works. Need to be careful for a minute here while I'm doing the eyes. I'm sure you'll do great with your drawing. Oh, you have to leave? Oh, that's okay. Yeah, it might be, I know it's getting late from Friday, but I'm glad you were able to make it in here. Did you get a notification or did you see my post on Instagram? Because I still don't think that my followers, my subscribers are getting notifications anywhere. You guys didn't get a notification that I was on here, right? I don't know why it's not alerting anybody. But it's not going to make sense for me to do live streams if none of my subscribers are even told that I'm on. Unless I have a set time that I plan to do it and I make a post about it. I saw your story on Instagram. Instagram, but I didn't get notifications. I looked at your story. See that you guys are only seeing me on Instagram that I posted. So again, no one's getting notified here. I don't know what to do about that. That's really disappointing though. Yeah, have a good night, Keisha. Thanks for coming on here. It's nice to hang out with you on here. Have a good weekend. Okay. Well, at least I made good progress on inking Kyo. That looks pretty much set, aside from me thickening some of these lines. I'm probably going to stay up late working on this. I want to finish inking this today so that I can start working on the coloring on the weekend. I think it's because on YouTube we get to choose if we want to be notified. Not necessarily. I get notification. Well, I don't know if it's on the lives. I get notifications on lots of random YouTube videos. Just even on channels that I follow that I didn't necessarily hit the bell as wanting an alert on every post, but I still keep getting notifications. And you would think for the live stream that it would send notifications at least to the people that interact most frequently. I haven't started inking mine. Are you going to have time this weekend or are you working a lot? I hope you'll have time this weekend. We've got 1 week left till our birthday. I still think it's so wild that we have the same birthday. What are the odds of that, you know? That was meant to be, right? So I'm just gonna go back here and if you can see what I'm doing. Just to make certain parts stand out more. And like the thinner lines, like I would never darken all these. These would keep more light. But like underneath here where it would be more shadowed, you could do a heavier line so it stands out. So like that. I will try tomorrow. I'm getting my tattoo finished. Ooh. How do you know what to choose, what color ink to use for the line art? Well, it depends on the character. I mean, if I'm going for a certain pastel look, then I might just stick with like pinks and purples, certain characters. But like if a character has more darker colors, just whatever would match well with it. Like I'm gonna go back to brown for doing Hanako and Dazai. They have a lot of brown colors in there for the marker anyway, so it would just go well with it. But like Himmel has blue hair, so I thought the lavender would look nice with the outline. It'll just be really light. It'll blend well with his blue hair. And like, you know, Sanji has the blonde hair, so I figured that the brown might look better on his dark jacket and his hair as opposed to like the purple. So I'll just stick with that. But like if I'm doing more pastel, like on this one I did the pink outline on there because I knew I was going to use all light colors on there and the light color line art would just look nice with it. I don't know, I experiment. Sometimes I pick a color and maybe it wasn't the best choice. Maybe it gets covered over a bit. Like here with the Gojo, I thought the purple line art would work well with him because there's a lot of purple shading in the artwork. So it just gives the whole thing a softer look. It's crazy we share the same birthday. Yeah, I know. Like see, what are the other examples? Like this one, I knew I was gonna have red on this one, a lot of red lighting, so I used the pink pen, the multi-liner for the Choso's artwork. So that's the ones I use the most. I have pink, I have the lavender, I have the sepia. I use those the most. And then I have a few other colors. I have green and blue and wine. This was in another set. This one's a bit darker. I don't use the blue on that one that often. I almost feel like it looks like a regular blue, like a blue pen you would write with for school. The same, it's cobalt blue. So I don't always use that one. I've used the green. I used the green, I think, for the Sonami drawing I did. I had brown and green on that one. And then the wine, it's like a darker red. So I use those sometimes. Let's see, where was that other page with Sonami? Yeah, so I did a green outline on this, if you can see. So there was brown on his face and hands, and then I used the green for the rest on the hair. Because this kind of like gives it like the lighting, because I knew I was going to do all these green effects in the background. So it almost looks like green lighting when I do it like that. So I mean, it is a deliberate choice with the lines, but it's also kind of experimenting and playing around with it and just having fun with it. I almost never do just plain black outlines. The last time I did black outline, this was like a couple years ago already with this old one. I didn't color this one either. I had colored this digitally. This is another page to go back to. Wow, you can't even tell it's green? Oh, is it hard to see? Or does it just blend so well? Can you kind of see? This green outline and brown outline. But it almost looks black comparatively with the rest, but it's softer. His hands, yeah, I was really proud of his hands, remember? I like how that turned out. And like, well, with this one, so this wasn't with the fine liners. This I outlined with the paint markers. So this I had a lot of different color outline. Like there was blue in his hair. There's a lot of purple outline here for the shadow. And then like metallic, different colors on the gun. So this one, I went really colorful with it. And there's a lot of experimenting on this too. What else? Colors. This is more with Hanukkah with brown outline. And then I outlined again, I used the Jelly Roll pen with the neon orange. I like doing a lot of contrasting color. It kind of vibrates. Yeah, so for that one, how do you know? I gotta learn how to start I don't know. I just experimenting. I don't always know. Sometimes it doesn't end up working out. Like this one with Ranma, I used the pink line art because I knew I was going to have like the red shirt and the pink hair. So I thought the pink line just went well with it. It would look really different if it had black outline on it. And then since the darkest area that I have, the most contrast is the eyes, it almost reads as black, but it's actually dark purple. The eyes and the people and everything, none of this is black. It's all dark purple. So I'll do that. I shade with purple a lot. And dark purple will almost read as black if that's the darkest color in the image. But it's not. Same with that. That has a lot of, that's all purple outline on there, on eye. So, but I mean, I'm happy to answer questions. If you're choosing colors for a line art and you're not sure, you can always ask, what color would you use? And I'd be like, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, pick this one. Let's see, go back to this. So, yeah, good progress. I don't know if I want to, I think I'm just going to leave the eye with pencil for now until I figure out how I'm going to color that. So just this part. I should be able to finish inking this before I go to bed. Yeah, for sure. The pink and purple look really good. I have to start practicing. I like the ones that you've done, the colored line art so far, though. Those look really nice. So just keep doing more of that. And I don't know. I know it can be kind of intimidating to try something new, but you won't know if you like doing it until you try it, right? The pink and purple look really good. Oh, I read that comment already. But I really like these pens, the Copic Multiliner. I used the Sakura Micron pens at first in the beginning, But mine, for some reason, I don't know if it was the way I was storing it, mine kept drying out too fast. These last a really long time. I swear I've had these a long time, and they're not even dead yet. And I use them a lot. I have a few sets. I have this purple ones. Maybe because I keep switching the colors. So even though it's like, I don't know, 13, the price varies anywhere from like $12 to $15 for a 4-pack of these pens. I still think it's worth it because it lasts a long time. I thought I was having the issue with the micron pens. Yeah, they dried out too easily on there. But these glide really well. I've used the Ohuhu fine liner pens. I had a set that has color liners. I used that on one of my drawings, and it has black in there too. The only problem, and I hate this for these pens, they have smeared a few times on me when I thought they were dry, and it smudged. So that's one thing that I'm a little hesitant about. I can get that package and show you which set I mean. Where are those? Where are those fine liner pens? You know what? Never mind. I put them away somewhere and I don't see where I put them, and I don't want to knock things over. But yeah, if you look at my Gojo drawing, I think I have that package of pens out that you can see. They're from Ohuhu. They're the Hana Highway. They are good. I just worry sometimes being very careful about it smudging when I'm coloring it. They should be dry. It shouldn't do that. So many micron pens that are dried out. My Copic multiliners are thriving. Yeah, exactly. I don't know what it is about that. Because I love the Sakura Jelly Roll pens. I have tons of these. White, color, all the neons. I love doing accents with the moonlight, the neon colors. And these last a really long time. So, I don't know. I thought it was user error that maybe I was not storing them properly, that they were dry. And some of them were old. But then I bought a newer set and those dried out quickly too. I think maybe that the tips maybe are getting clogged, and maybe it's not actually out of ink, but that I'm clogging them somehow, not using them correctly. They might be, oh, I just hit my table. They might be more susceptible to getting clogged up. So yeah, well, I've been live on here again for 43 minutes, so I think I'm probably gonna end this live in a minute and finish inking this other section over here. But what do you use the color jelly rolls for? Because I have a bunch of those, don't really know how to use them. Oh, well, I haven't really colored with them except that one Hanako drawing I did. But, oh, so like example, the page I had showed you in here. See, like here, this outline, this was with the hot pink jelly roll pen here. So for accents, and let's see, another page. Here too, right here. I like adding like the hot pink or neon, just the accent really makes it pop. And it was the same with this one. Like I showed you this page. This is the orange. That's all jelly roll pen outline on here. So I didn't color this whole background, but that really kind of made it pop doing the outline. I know I've done that on a lot of pages. Here too. This is the neon green jelly roll pen that I did the outline here. So the hot pink and the green just really vibrate. Where else? I know I've done that on quite a few pages on my other artwork too. Oh, even here. Is this a jelly? I don't remember if this was a jelly roll. This might have been a green jelly roll pen, or it might have been one of the Languo gel pens that I have for doing the green outline on there. Yeah, so a lot of times I do accents with those, or even like highlights in the eyes too. Like if something got too dark, or you wanted to do eye highlights. This I think was marker, but you could do that with a jelly roll pen too. I'm trying to see where else as an example. Yeah, some of these are paint markers, so as I've been using the paint marker sets more often, I haven't needed the Jelly Roll. Oh, here's another one here. So I did that here too. This is the neon yellow Jelly Roll pen. And if you can see, I added the outline all around the characters just to really make them pop from the background. Here too, and on the star. And her eyes. So they're really good for details. It's a little bit harder to use gel pens to color a whole image, but I've done that too. Let's see, more pages. That's it in this book. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you can color a whole drawing with the Jelly Roll pens. Of course, you can write notes with them, but I think they're great because they're so opaque. They're almost like a paint pen that they can just go over the marker for adding details. Highlights in the eyes and hair. Good for even fixing a little mistake. The white one could be really good for that too. The white ones are great. I have quite a few of these. These last a long time too. But you could see some of them starting to get used up. I use it a lot. So yeah, I think that's about it for tonight. And this is fun getting to talk to you on here. Should do this again. We should plan if we're all going to be brave enough to try and do a group on Instagram to do a live stream on Instagram. That might be fun. We'll have to figure out a time we can do that. So I'm going to end this live stream for now. And thanks for joining in. And I think I have somebody else watching. Thank you for watching, being here, and hope to see you guys next time. Bye.